Oh, hello, Elise. There's some here. They've got their own Aether. That's Trender. Just met the stand sweep. This place belongs to. Oh. Alright, let's go. Maybe we found the concrete settlement. Maybe even their headquarters judging on the side of the place. Pulls up now. Interesting. Oh, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose. I realized they're unlikely to ask for a level of that type. Oh, Tansui. Bring one with you, though, basically. We're not bound for Otard's shores. Alright, second opinion, go. I won't take you to Captain Russia. Where are you coming? We must needs choose our words carefully. Leave it to me. I've always been the people, and this also gives me a chance to use the Eastern greeting they showed me in Revenant Still. Hello, Rasho. Greetings, you must be Rasho, leader of a confederacy, and so on. I realize this is all but sudden, but the thing is, we have a little favor to ask. Oh, guys, I've probably broken half a dozen rules for Far Eastern music already. Well, I'm sorry about that, but you understand that we're in a hurry, so I'm going to stop talking now. Men, whoever your manners and tradition can be found the world over, but not here. Your candor is appreciated. Speak your heart. Why, I know him. I bring myself to join countries to renounce all other ties. We were beholden to none, allied with none. When Doma invaded the Empire 25 years ago, we did not rush to her defense. Doing this, do you honestly expect us to help you drive the Imperial forces out of Isari? Humans have long maintained a presence in this region, and we would be fools to break the peace, fragile as it is. Besides, you are capable warriors, yes? With the Gillian preparation, you can surely resolve this matter yourselves. It is imperative that our presence remain secret for as long as possible. For us to openly engage the Imperials at this time would endanger everything we have come here to achieve. You have told us why you cannot fight, not why we should fight in your stead. If you would speak to me of lives saved, I would speak to you of slaughter. How many will die when all pretense is lost and Garland declare war on the Confederacy? Hate is luxury we cannot afford. You are free to come and go as you please, but you will receive no further aid. Thank you for your hospitality. If you would excuse us. I know it didn't go well, but I'm not prepared to give up on them yet. There needs to be no weaknesses. Once we know that, we will know how to earn their trust. Alright then, now let's see where we're going. Down here. Can I jump down there? No. I have to go all the way around. Yay! Boom. Yeah, got information. Not fair enough. Take an interest in ship. Good eyes. She's not much to look at now, but once upon a time, was beauty. Fair enough, now that we've had many of those recently. There should be something else here somewhere. Oh, run down the crates. A number of crates and barrels have been stored here. On closer inspection, however, most are empty. Well, here's your essay. To the ground, and we just need to wait for release. just as Shang-Su said, they have no intention of standing up to you, so you'll sue you. Interesting. There's something that might help us. It's obvious that they are struggling to survive and that they blame the Imperials for their recent troubles. And so, if we do nothing, it is inevitable they will come into conflict with the Empire sooner or later. And deep down, they all know it. The only thing holding them back at the moment is the belief that they lack the strength to survive the coming war. So we need to prove to them that we're not all talk, and that we can be valuable allies in the fight. What better way to demonstrate our worth than by seeking out people with mundane problems and offering them our expert assistance? That's fine. You do first. I'll look around the western and look what you take the east. Good luck. Kajika's name is sagely in your direction. Alright, fair enough. Bring me a strong and capable individual. I've got a job for you, Westerner, if you are courageous as well. On the beach far to the west lies the carcass of Guki, fettered with arrows. I would have you go and retrieve those which may still be of use. It's tail for meat. Very good meat in Guku tails, you know? Do not be surprised if any angry muttered noises. Well, fair enough. Search for Guki carcass. West. Alright, let's go check that out. There's a golem DP. Perhaps in search of a young goofy corpse. go. Thank you for your help. With that, I pretended my own kill, but such luck is fine. I said something odd. No matter. Thank you again for your rule. Please. Oh no, there we go. So. Really that a fool who never holds a stone, perhaps. You know, duty compels me to remain. You, on the other hand, have no such obligation. Which is missing after that. Alright, let's do that then. There it is. Check out the other side then. Oh, there's a recruit. He doesn't look like a confidence. I mean, it was but yesterday they bid farewell to one of our own, in order that she might have lost her way. Harrison boat and pushed her out in the current, claimed that the sea is our home now, ever after. We drift back to shore, it is said. Her combat, she true. Makes sense. Oh, cool, Aether pen there. Well, it's not. He was standing watch for the funeral vessel, huh? Really, does he give a voice to the stars? I have no idea where Karma's death infected him so. Too quick was I to judge him. It is good that you were in my stead. Perhaps I would have been stupid. Makes sense. me, take me. What kind of pirate cannot suffer? Sway the ocean. You recruit from far-flung shores. Listen well, I have a task for you. Go first to Okuma, but receive him from Mizzen. Alright. Under the behest of Illumi for medicine, the very best is yours. Zeke. True comfort could raid a dozen ships while in his corpse. I have this one should return the next weekend. Alright, let's go over there now. Where are we at? How are you doing? Is it shift and shutter still? Listen, give me them here. I may look down on you for resuming such measures. I do not render the world stable and motionless once more. You're kind, as is Afumi. You may tell her that I will return my duties as soon as I am able. Go where am I gonna go now? Oh yeah, I have to go back up. Was raised in the mountains of his homeland. First time he first saw the sea was after he fled his homeland and came to us. Concentrates in his sleep, and when he takes to the water, it is not long before he can no longer stand. He will grow accustomed to his leg. He was hardly the first, after all. Him too was once a Doma. Aside 25 years ago. When the Imperials took his lands, he lives with his fences. It makes sense. Clench your ties and join us someday. No. Look at my offer, Westerner. You may find small joys in land where the sea holds salvation. Alright. We've completed all their tasks. Oh, you're right there? Oh, you introduced Stranger. I'm busy, Andrew. And you're out here to ask if I need help with something? Now that I mention it. The people had trouble for the sharks and leaping out of the water, making off with our fish. And it's staying right now, we wouldn't doubt if I ever saw it. Skeptical is what happened to century mazes. If you can kill 2 or more, that'll have to be enough. Let's do that then. These 2 runners just pissed me. God, you be praised. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. My partners and I got separated when we fled. You haven't seen them, have you? Nope. Now, before Kojin started chasing us, their leader asked us if we were Dolmen. The Jutsu catchers. What the heck is a Jutsu catcher? tell Rasho and the others. Yeah, go tell them. Go tell them. Go ahead. Report to Alice. Alright, yeah, I can do that. Back to Alice then. Alice? There you are. I heard you went shark hunting. Me too. Did our fair share of beast calling. But I think Lace and I made strong impression. She bested a drunken pirate in a sparring match. Fastest knockout up to today, I'm told. I'd like to think that we have proven ourselves to be rather, I get the feeling you have something important to tell me. Persian Master is rounding up Dominant Conference? Surely Utsuya has crossed the line now. I must go and speak with Rasher immediately. Even he cannot deny that this changes everything. At least I should like to think he cannot.
Our most compassionate acquaintances return. For your deeds, we owe you many thanks.
Our most compassionate acquaintances return. Deeds, we owe you many thanks.
But something tells me our thanks are not sufficient. The strange thing is, I was certain you understood our position. And yet here you are with that same look in your eyes, and those same words upon your lips, I'll wager.
I speak only the truth. The Confederacy will not be spared Yotsuyu's wrath. You have always known this, that one day you would have no choice but to stand up to the Empire. I say to you that day is today, and come once more to ask that you join us in the fight.
How convenient that recent events should lend such credence to your claims. Tell me, do death and destruction always follow in your wake?
They had no part in it, Tansui. You know this. We all know this. They came and took our Doman brothers. They will torture them for her sport. Murder them for her satisfaction. So we attack and get butchered for our trouble, or do naught and let them have their pound of flesh. If this be our choice, I say we suffer the ignominy. We endure. We survive. There is no better path. Until the day our enemy is grown weaker and we stronger, there can be no retribution. We will wait for a sign. Such is the judgment of the Confederacy.
So that's it then. You're just going to abandon them to her. They'd die for you, you know, for the Confederacy. They would die for you, but you wouldn't even think to risk your lives for theirs.
I have one last idea, if you will allow. I'm afraid it's not very good as ideas go. It's exceedingly reckless, in fact, and you may well come to despise me for ever having suggested it. Assuming we survive, that is. The question being, do you trust me?
Why do you even need to ask? Just go.
We can't stand by and let innocent people suffer, here or anywhere else. I'll do whatever it takes.
Then let us roll the dice. If it's a sign you want, we shall give you one. One rousing enough to make you drive every Garlean out of Isari without a second thought. You are wary of invoking the ire of the Imperial forces stationed in Dome, correct? Know then that once we have rescued our comrade, and freed Asari, we mean to liberate the nation as a whole. You will doubtless require assurances that we are capable of achieving this, and that is only fair. Accordingly, we shall demonstrate our seriousness by depriving the Garleans of a key ally, the Kojin.
What, the three of you, just like that?
Actually, my esteemed colleague here will attend to it on her own. But the how of it is not your concern, only the outcome. If we succeed, you help us liberate Asari. If we fail, you lose nothing. A simple enough wager, if you have the stones for it.
The little miss does make it hard to refuse, does she not?
Words are air. We will weigh you by your deeds.
Kojin mercenaries who serve the Empire belong to the Red. Those who belong to the Blue are traitors. They have made no pact with the Imperials. Take the Blue and the Isles of Echo. There you will find a cave. The rest is up to you. Together, we shall endeavor not to keep you waiting over long for your sign. Head us ahead. Wait there. Where is these? You cannot leave without them. Oh, the dogs. Fair enough. Yes, what is it? Sorry, I didn't mean to wander off. I just wanted to have a think. I was starting to roll. If anything, I'm just frustrated that I didn't think of it first. I knew how to inspire people, how to bring them together. I always hoped I might have something of that to me too. But I'm starting to think I don't. What am I even doing here? At least you. God's listen to me. I don't know where that came from. Forget I said anything. No place to go, Imperials to fight, and friends to save. Hey, we're not good at any of it. By standing around here moaning, right? Right? Before we first traveled to Garabania, I was in Lonesome Peninsula, visiting a friend, a young child who has been through a great deal. And on the way back, I passed a baptistry which sold some most exquisite looking tarts. I decided to stop and try one. You know, when all this is over, it is true. I won't take no for an answer. about Ystolda? Could never hear the end of it. Alright, Ystolda too. When she's better, deal? Good, then let's hurry, shall we? We have a million things to do before then. Alright, we're gonna have to go all the way over there. Hello, Alice. I was looking for you. This is the Isle of Echo. The Venice looks like the same to me as however many other islands around here. If there was a cave that would lead us to their village, we should search further inside. I'm assuming it's right there. Right here. Should be there. Elise, you found it? How much further do you think it is? Probably all the way over there. All the way down there. I'm assuming that's where the Aether is. Oh shit, how deep is this place? No, my car. No, my car. I destroyed my car in the water. Here. Alright, let's see.
Is that light I see up ahead?
Maybe.
We appear to be standing inside a giant bubble. By the 12. I think we're on the seabed.
Well, well, I thought I heard familiar voices.
Oh, it's Soroban.
Soroban, what are you doing here?
What a curious question. I live here.
Then this is the home of the Blue Kojin.
Just so. I bid you welcome to Tamamizu.
Fortunate that we just have a familiar face in this place. We should tell Soroban about our situation. If anyone here can help us, it's him. Oh, science fun. Oh, Soroban, can you help us? Surround the Red Kojin. What strange tides are you there home? Something we have to try to get rid of the Red Kojin. This is indeed most dire predicament, perhaps an opportunity for us to craft yet another profitable arrangement. I shall introduce you to our leader, Wenjin. It will be up to you, however, to present your case. I need to repair anything, good. Hello, Bunchin. How you doing?
Welcome, guests. Gratitude to you for aiding Soroban in his negotiations.
We thank you for your hospitality, honored elder. Pray forgive me my brevity, but I wish to discuss an urgent matter.
So, you seek to compel our Red Brothers to forego hostilities for a time.
That's right. We know your two clans have your differences, but what with you being brothers and all, we thought you might be able to share some secret knowledge or something?
From far above, you have journeyed here in search of our wisdom. You shall have it. All creation is a tapestry, through which the divine is interwoven. Kami are legion, and they can be found in the great and the small. Though they come and go as they please, they favor certain vessels. The ancient, the precious, the exquisite. We Kojin covet these vessels, these treasures. We go forth and bring them home to keep them safe and bask in their divinity. They bring prosperity and joy to us and our children. Yet, how are we to seek these treasures above if we made enemies of the Garlean Empire, powerful and far-reaching as they are? Wiser to join with them. So resolved the Red Kojin.
Cautiously and carefully, for the Garleans are blind to the divine, nor will they suffer their subjects to see. So the Red masquerade as mercenaries who seek money and power, and never speak of their faith in the presence of their masters. To honor the divine, they deny it. A twisted and misguided path.
Aye, aye. Kami will not abide such foolishness. This they shall learn to their sorrow. While our Red Brothers live by the sword, we Blue Kojin uphold the old ways, engaging in trade and valuing peace. Alas, men distinguish not between our clans, and judgment for the doings of the Red falls unjustly upon the Blue. Thus do men grow more and more reluctant to deal with us, denying us our treasures. This cannot continue.
On that point, we are in agreement. You are willing to aid our cause, then?
There is a way that the Red may be driven to retreat into their shells. But to share with you this knowledge is to reveal secrets of the divine. Assurances must first be had, trust forged, a bargain struck.
Well said, Elder. In great crises is great profit to be had.
Delight not overmuch in such things, Soroban. Now, tell our guests what must be done.
As you wish.
Well, I've no idea what we've gotten ourselves into, but so far so good, right?
to him if we require your assistance in search of a priceless treasure, the Yasa Hani no Magatama. This jewel is the most sacred of Kojin relic. It was in possession of a Hingashi until they decided to present it to the Garlands in a gesture of reconciliation. Artists and duty plotted to seize the vessel, bearing it to their imperial masters. At last, though they succeeded, when issuing chaos, the Magatama was lost to sea. We wish to recover the sacred jewel. Were we to come into conflict with them, it would be problematic. Therefore, we turn to you. To search the ocean floor for this treasure of yours. I'm not sure how you were supposed to do that without, offering now, there's a ritual I can perform to imbue your bodies with powerful blessings. First, you must prepare offerings for the sea. Like our twisted ruby coral, several fist-sized sea snail shells, and a freshly harvested unkyo carapace. That's quite the shopping list. I will see the shells and look for the coral. Yes, you should go and find an unkyo and relieve it of its carapace. Fair enough. Yeah. Oh. It didn't drop it. Great act. Just lay it on one there. Got it. What's the chances of it dropping? Is there more of them here? I hope so, because there's one. There we go, perfect. That one did not drop me. You better drop a carapace. Northwest. Oh, it's probably on the top or something. Let's try to look for that. West. It's probably like in the center. It's definitely like in the center of the heel here. Somewhere there. I'm assuming it's where the thing there is. Should be around there somewhere. 80 true south. Oh, there it is. I see it. But they're in the corner. 208 Yalms southwest. Wait, how far is that? Is that all the way at the other end of the island? Is there another Aether card at the other end of the island? How many Aether cards actually do I need left here in this section? Ruby Sea. I almost found all of this. Progress, not progress. Southwest. Southwest? Is this where? Oh, it's probably near the... It's probably near that. It's right around here. But it's on the shore. So this straight here should be close by. Or past it. Over there. Even though you do these Aether ground. Don't pass it, you try it. Holy. You're done. We'll take it. Oh no, shit, it's higher up. Crap. Yeah, it's probably near the key over there. It's right over here at the entrance. I can't see it. Slow it down. We're ready. How splendid. Calm you shall not. Most people shall be most pleased, I'm sure. I got the ruby coral you wanted. And I see these snail shells about the size of my fist, though. I realize now you may have met yours. These shall more than suffice for your purpose. Next, we must make ready to present them to the sea and perform the ritual. When it's complete, you will be able to move freely through the depths and find the Sakani no Megatan. Seriously, how large is this sacred jewel of yours? Unless it's far too large to be carried by the treeless. How are we supposed to even find it? The ruby sea is not exactly small. Surely you realize we have been searching for this whole time. The area we wish you to explore is but a small fraction of the ruby sea. Already have we scoured most of the seabed within our territory to know about all the mills, the region to the west. A shell list of suicide can provide you with a better guidance than any. We would do well to visit them first. Shell list? You mean the Kojin aren't the only ones living on your sea? Of course not. The Rain have been here as long as I can remember. Sure said, and the Overseer, I believe, can tell you more when you arrive. We are getting ahead of ourselves. We have to get to carry on the ritual. That sounds good. Floorbound is about to show you a shining, shimmering, splendid new world. Be ready to explore a world unlike any we have ever known. Let us go to the western part of the village. Yes. Interesting. Let's check that out then. Let's talk to Allison. You go over to the water a moment ago and sat right here until they return.
It is done. Your offerings have been given to the sea. The ritual can begin at last. Come and stand before me, my friends. Yes, yes. Listen to my words, and let all else wash away. Listen to my words, and feel them flow into your heart. At first a trickle, then a flood. O Kami of the fathomless waters of the fallen, the ascended, the flowing, and the becalmed, caretakers of the shallows and of the depths, receive of us our meager offerings, cleanse these ones of earth and stone, and grant them your blessing, that they might drink deep of the divine. The ritual is complete, my friends. You may now breathe in the depths as you would upon land.
Strange. I don't feel any different. Are you sure it worked?
Reasonably. The blessing does have its limits, of course. While it will allow you to dwell in the depths, it will not help you traverse them.
I can swim well enough. How about you, Alize?
Oh, like a fish, in contrast to my doggy-paddling brother. Somehow, the boy just isn't very buoyant.
Skilled or no, your bodies are ill-suited to the sea. Your cause demands alacrity, and you shall have it. But first, let us take to the water.
Incredible. I could swear I was breathing air.
Now I shall summon for you noble steeds of great strength.
Wow, look at them! I bet they could take us all the way to the deepest depths of the sea.
And so they may. After we've won over the Confederacy, rescued Kosetsu, and liberated your respective homelands.
Should you become parted from your steeds, return to me, and I shall call them again. Take care, my friends, and may the Kami speed you on your way.
We'll find that treasure in no time, come on!
Diving unlocked, okay. Going to sort of, let's see, you may now dive in deep water. Stay submerged indefinitely. Oh. Underwater summons like Tama's and Su can be accessed via circular portals. To leave deep water, you need only swim towards the surface. Conveniently, to dive into the water, while swimming on the surface, press Control plus spacebar. Should you become separated from your steed, speak with Sorobon and Tamamizu to mount a striped ray. This is cool. Interesting. So I need to get over there, right? This place is awesome, honestly. Look at this shit. What game lets you swim underwater on a big giant manta ray? Like, come on. What? Look at this crap, man. Yeah, I'm swimming underwater, under the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea. Let's go. We're under the sea. So speak with police. Over there. Right. Let's go. Just need to go over there. Suinosata. Mount, I have that mount, right? Here. There we go. It must be suicide and the random man abandoned, Sorbonne told about. Right then, let's see if they can't help us find the Kojin's missing jewel. Front underwater ammos. Yep, underwater ammos. Let's go. So we're gonna delay in the beginning. Search for the Masakani no Nagatama. Sweet notes and then cheerful. There is here. Should be around here somewhere. Unless one of the locals will be able to point us in his direction. But now that I look around, I get the distinct impression we're not welcome here. I'm gonna walk on us, don't worry. And force people to welcome us. I'm assuming you have to go in here. Or down here, maybe? Search for Shiosai. Oh. Interesting. Has to be Shiosai. Did you find anything of this? Like this, it's hard to tell where the important people live. I mean, everywhere has a sea view. Well, yeah, everything. There's a sea view everywhere. Yeah, we're basically under the sea. Enclave Mender. What do you want? Okay. What do I say? I can only assume he's some sort of leader in the community. Yeah. What's up here? Just turns out, oh, there's Shiosai. What does Shiosai? Oh, this is our man. This place never returned. We have no need of wide-eyed wanderers. Oh, I didn't mean to stare. My name is Lise, and these are my friends, Patios and Nalase. Looking for the overseer, Suino Sato Shiosai. That's you, isn't it? Gojin the Blue sent you here the other day. I'm the overseer, nor ever would I claim to be one. I am the high priest of Shisui, of the Violet Tides, Shiosai. So you are the man we're looking for. Great. We need your help. We're looking for this jewel called a Yasakani, no? Stop, I will hear no more. We will suffer no outside troubles in our section, especially those of would-be treasure hunters. Chirp, chirp. Quiet yourself, or there will be no dango for dinner. No, I do not evade you. I say to you yet again, leave this place and never return. At very least, sir, you might condense to tell us your religion and why you are so loath to show us even the most basic courtesy. Suino Sato is our sanctuary. Under the benevolent leadership of the Ruby Princess, sovereign of Shisui, we ran under humble yet fulfilling lives, but it was not always so. Many of our forebears were driven away from their ancestral lands beneath the waters. They sought refuge from the ravages of war. Here they flourished all that we are. Our culture and traditions was both born of the sea, as was I. Though we have engaged in diplomacy, it has never been with the utmost caution. Isolation and independence are essential to preserving our way of life. So it was when Doma fell 20 years past, the Ruby Princess in her wisdom decreed that we would not take no part, as it was so ever shall it be. Forever never apart. Forgive me, I understand how highly you value your way of life, and how you will suffer none to endanger it. You may be assured that we have no desire to do so, and I would hope that we have given you no cause to assume otherwise. We have not, but this changes nothing. Regardless of your intention, it is not my place to break with tradition. Let's consider the wishes of all who call Suino Sato home. For me to defy their will and permit outsiders to remain would be a gross betrayal of my responsibilities. Please do not ask this of me. Thank you for your time, sir. Sakani me, right? He's an interesting fellow. Let's talk to Alice over there, I guess. The sword continues in our village and our deaf ear. Clearly, Birabania It's not a place. It's not the only place for us. I start to wonder if this was all a huge mistake. Kosetsu couldn't have known it would take this long. I only hope he's still alive. Meanwhile, in the Tavern of Isari.
I tire of this filthy tavern, and its still filthier clientele.
'Tis scant reward for your treachery, aye. A painted woman of your rich experience deserves a better class of customer.
Oh, name-calling. Is that what we've been reduced to?
Orphan of the Nayuri. Widow of Sashihai. What joy it must have brought you to be revenged upon us all.
Not enough. Not nearly enough. My appetite for your agony is as an abyss. Bottomless. Insatiable. Before you die, you will cry and beg and prostrate yourself upon the earth. You will crawl on your belly through the muck and the piss and debase yourself for my amusement. All of you. But you think you are made of sterner stuff? Rather than have him beat you, mayhap I should have my oath go and fetch your master's head. Oh, poor Lord Cayenne. Kami rest his soul. Noble leader of a fallen nation. A fine puppet he made for the Viceroy. For a time. 25 years he was content to serve his masters as a dog. And then everyone had to rise up and get themselves killed. Tell me, how did it feel to fail him that day? To live with the disgrace of his death? Not that you were a stranger to living with disgrace, of course. In the what was it? 25 years since you were humiliated and tossed into an imperial jail? You had plenty of time to get used to it. Oh yes, I heard the stories. About the samurai who would do anything to return to his master's side, even if it meant pledging his blade to his sworn enemy. They say he walked with death, that he slew 1,000 men in the Empire's name. Truly a tale for the poets.
I do not deny my sins, but I will not be reproached by the likes of you.
Oh, I mean not to reproach you, but to praise you. You're a survivor, samurai. Just like me. So, let us not dwell on the past, you and I, and instead give thought to the future. To wit, I would ask you again to help me resolve this vexing matter of Doma's missing heir. Living or dead, it makes no difference, really. But the Garleans are most insistent that we put this problem behind us. And I know you helped him flee. So tell me, what became of Lord Hien?
To my dismay, the details escape me at present. Mayhap your dog could jog my memory.
Get on with it, and mark me, Brute. There is no limit to how far you can fall.
Of all the bloody stupid... No! When I get back to Eorzea, I'm gonna find that little shite, and I'm gonna make her pay.
Yeah, we reached an impasse. And 20 grams worse. Every solution I can think of will only make things take more time. Don't you have any ideas, do you? You could try talking to Shusai around. Alright. You're the ones who came from above this. You could have a moment of your time. My apologies, I did not mean to startle you. My name is Haname. This is my wife, Unagi. If you're wondering, have you any news from Dama? So we would like very much to hear it. May I ask why? Because our daughter fought in the rebellion. We have heard not from her since. Oh, I think I know who they're talking about. It would be much to hope that you know of her, and her name is Yugiri. Hey, she lives. I'm looking for her too, actually, but I'm not sure she's alright. I have no idea. She hailed from Sui no Sato. How did she come to serve Doma as a shinobi? It all began when she was a girl. She and another child crept up in the village, having grown curious about the outside world. To Doma they went, where they met a young boy, a proud son of Xianxia. His tale of imperial oppression left a lasting impression on her. When she returned, she spoke passionately of the Doma's plight and urged us to take the boy in. My wife and I would not hear of it. We thought the matter closed, but she never first got his words. She began to convince that the Garleans would one day come for us, and was in search of the strength to defend us that she left years ago, to learn the ways of the shinobi. When the Ruby Princess learned of this, she forbade Yugi's return, lest she bring misfortune to us all. Protested the judgment, and there was nothing he could do, so our daughter, who wanted only to keep the people safe. Surely there is something we can do for these people. He who gave her aid and succor when no other world would. I am but a humble stoneman, listen. But if this Yasakani no Magatama you seek, I may yet be of some assistance to you. The jewel is known to possess an unusual property to the naked eye. It is a jade, but when bathed in perpetual light, it shimmers with divine resplendence. Mine similar material before. To find them, one must use these lamps. Cast invisible light, under which the stone sparkles. Deep as depth, they are invaluable. There is a sunken set to the east. The currents may have spirit away the cargo. You should begin your search there. Alright, sounds good. Thank you so much, we will do just that. Hope you find that which you seek. I only wish there were something more we could do to assist you. Know that you will be in my prayers. When next you see our daughter, pray tell her now. Day goes by that her parents and her brothers do not think of her. I promise. Sounds interesting. What the heck is this place? Okay, this looks mysterious. How deep does this go? How deep can I go? Oh, there's the entrance. Alright. Let's go there then. Looks like it's a dungeon. It's entered a dungeon. This is my second dungeon in Stormblood. Alright, let's check that out. Shisui of the Violet Tides. It's like an under-the-water castle. Field of monsters. What? Why don't you just hold it on? Use the English in this guy. Healing circle. Well, I don't know what any of this dungeon is, so I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of them. I'm gonna stop it. Ooh, this is the first boss of the dungeon. Big giant scorpion thingy. underwater scorpion thing on the Kiri. That looks cool though. That was a 270 bracelet. Bonk. Bonk. This is interesting. Mechanic. So close. I'll need that. Is there another boss after this? What is this thing? Big giant octopus thing? That's pretty cool. Okay, let's go. There's a cool dungeon. With this wrecked self-same vessel which Sora once spoke, then the gods good make a time is nearby. With your lamp, keep your eyes open. We're going to need to take this slowly. Move too fast and we're overlooking something. Just search the area marked on your map. Use your lamp to pinpoint this location. There's one of those. Not over the either. Alright, fair enough. Should be close by, right? Somewhere around here. Flashing visible in the dark, but you're still unable to pinpoint. It's close. It's near where I am, anyways. Maybe around here somewhere. Just a little closer. Is it here? Let's see. Getting closer, huh? Close by. Getting closer. What the heck? Could be though. The distance. You're the first person. Could it be that? I don't get it. Where is it? You're getting closer. Is it down here somewhere? In the distance. Could this be the thing I'm looking for? Could this be this thing? There. Oh my god, I didn't know what we're looking for. So you know what's this thing then? Oh, there it is. Oh, found it. The thing was well hidden, that's for sure. Let me go back to what to say. Will be quicker. Gus says you will have died of old age by the time you finish this. Gotta find anything, have you? Well, I found this. There it is. Ah, this. Something that's sort of undescribed. It would seem that our fortunes have profoundly changed for the better. Much as I would like to return. Thank you, dear parents, for their assistance. Time is of the essence. You can see we made for music once. Hold on for it. Now, once we arrive, present it to the Elder, and then we can finally learn how to deal with the Red Kojin. Alright, fair enough. Let's go. I can just teleport out. There we go. Easy enough. Returning to Yasaki no Magatana Trust. Yeah, here we go. There is a mistake. Well done, well done. So about the recursion, you said there was a way to make them retreat into their shells. Are you really tell us now? Indeed, and I am. Proceed to resides not only in the material vessels, but individuals. Laying claim to this most sacred treasure, you have to demonstrate that they of the divine. Truth, none. So use the infinite fight. Fortune to our homes, glad we will age cause. Yay! All is ready, Shroban. Then give them what they require. Yes, master. Here you go, sir. Oh, what is this? This ceremonial knife of some sort? Before this blade, that which is sealed shall open. The treasure vault of the Kojin on the Isle of Seki. It is there that our most prized relics, be they may, they, red or blue, are kept safe. Fiercely did the red guarded, for its contents are more precious than lives. Were the vaults to be attacked, the response would be necessity be immediate. Kojin would be summoned from malls around to defend their treasures. And where we saw enough chaos, the Reds in service to the Imperials would have no choice but to answer the call as well. Giving the Confederacy the sign you've been waiting for. Without the Kojin, the Imperials don't have nearly enough troops in Isari to hold off the pirates. True. However, you must understand that the vault is holy ground, home to 1,000 Khan. To intrude upon it without paying the proper respect is sacrilege we cannot condone. So if we were to pay the proper respect, it would be alright. Great, how do we do that again? Yes, Makata is one of the most coveted treasures of the Kojin. The other two lie within the vault. Were you to deliver the jewel to the others and thereby make them whole, Kami may forge your trespass, instead delight in your mischief making. So if I understand correctly, you want us to take the secret jewel covered by the Red Widows and deliver it to their treasure vault. More or less, yes, Akane Mikata belongs to the Isle of Zeki. So long as it finds its way there, you are satisfied. The Mikata now has chosen you to bear it to its brothers. Had not, you would never have found it. We would not be having this conversation. I shall inform the Confederates of your plans and bid them make ready to act when the time is right. The Isle of Zeki lies west of Suno Sato. Look for cave beneath the waters. Fortune favor you with this and all other endeavors. Alright. Well, that was pretty fun. So next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we're gonna try to stop the Red Kojins and hopefully save our friend. We'll see you guys next time.